digest. He digest.
I digest. Okay.
Ooh.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to yet another episode of Face the Music Podcast. We are your hosts. I am Sarey.
Emanuel Brown.
And this video is sponsored by the one and only Ep.5.
Blueberry acai.
Oh, drink my lemons.
Is that how you say it? Acai? Or is it acai?
It's acai is actually a bad word in, I think, Samoan. I think.
Oh.
Yeah. I could be wrong. If you're Samoan, please comment. But
Okay.
Eli he says it a lot, but he got it from his best friend.
Gotcha.
Best friend who's Samoan, yeah.
Gotcha.
And so they would say that a lot. But anyway, so wait, I shook it. I didn't even take it. Cheer me. Okay. And we are drinking, once again, blueberry acai flavor.
Acai.
So, let me take a sip, bitch. I'm thirsty.
Full of flavor with zero sugar. Let's go. Make sure you go buy it at Target, Albertsons, Safeways, Hagen's. Order it online from lemonperfect.com. Link is in the description.
Thank you so much, Lemon Perfect, for sponsoring this episode. We're super excited to have everyone on board.
Yeah.
So today is a brand new 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And sorry, I didn't know what to say, so I just made some shit up. So today we're gonna be talking about artist and fan relationships. Okay, because I think it's important to address this because sometimes the lines can be a little blurry.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is what we're gonna talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to start off this episode, first of all, saying like...
With the time that is spent with fans.
Yes, with the time that's spent with fans. What is... How should you approach that? How do you approach your relationship with fans? Like, what is like the barrier? What is like, no, I'm not going to tell you about that. What is off limits? And then what is like, let me like open up my world to you?
Well, number one, I show you what I want you to see. Number one. Number two, I think what's off limits is anything that has nothing to do with your appreciation for me, my appreciation for you, the appreciation and conversation about music, videos, shows, merch, what music you like, what music I like, anything outside of the realm that has anything to do with music, TV shows, anything like around that, anything outside of entertainment or whatever you whatever you choose to share, then it's off limits.
Are you going to ask me?
I mean, you're going to tell me.
Okay, well, I was waiting for you to ask me.
So, what about you, Sarey?
Thank you. So,
Jesus.
I like to think of, well, first of all, we know that we're nothing without the fans. And so my approach to the relationships that I have with my fans, the Serenaders, I don't
have a name.
The Brownies.
Disgusting. We're not doing the Brownies. At one time I was like, the Brown Gang. It just sounds like shit. Like the shit gang. And it's like, why would I do that to y'all? I'm sorry. It didn't work. It wasn't right.
Not the Brown. No.
Yeah.
So a part of me feels like, because of all of the love and support that they give me, I feel like we've seen it. We've seen it in the media where, and on social media where like fans are very speculative about certain things, right?
Right.
If you are a female and you just, you're a female artist and you just broke up with somebody and then they find out that, and your Instagram story is you with another guy, they're going to assume you're dating somebody else. They're going to be curious.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily have a line that I've drawn yet, but I feel like because the fans support me and they basically make my career, I feel like they're entitled to know some things.
Absolutely.
And so you were gonna. So I think because my music is naturally about mental health, I feel like fans know a lot about my personal life already. They know that I struggle a lot with confidence and they know that I struggle with um just any aspect of my well-being. I'm very open about that. And so I feel like they know a very intimate part of me already. And I feel like any what? I feel like anything that I share outside of that is like a bonus.
Yeah.
So like, I used to share about my husband.
Mm-hmm.
I used to post like I posted
You
at
did.
one point like the us getting married at the courthouse and all that stuff.
Oh wow.
And then like
Shout out to your husband.
yes, shout out to my husband. Love you. I'm not gonna say his name because that's the one thing I will not share.
I ain't mad at you.
There's the line. There you go. There's the
See?
line.
Yep.
And fans started following him. And which I didn't mind at first.
Isn't that crazy how like you won't even bring up your partner and people will find them?
Yeah.
People would do that for like my wife. Like I would never like post her, but she used to have like my name in her bio on like Instagram, be
That
like
makes
wife
sense.
of boom boom boom.
Wow.
But I wouldn't tag her or nothing. Like I used to have like maybe 1 or 2 photos of her on my profile, and then I took it off.
See, and that's kind of what happened. It's like I saw a lot of fans following him, and I didn't necessarily feel comfortable because my husband is his own person, his own individual, and he can share whatever he wants. And because of the fact that he shares whatever he wants, he might share personal things that I may not want out there or may not want people to know about him or me. It's not like I like do porn on the side or anything. But
and if
like,
you do, that's your prerogative.
Exactly. And if I did, I'd be plugging it because I don't care if you saw me naked.
Right.
I need money.
Yeah.
So
spread the cheeks, as he says. The
right.
bussy.
The bussy.
Yeah.
So anywho, yeah, I kind of stopped doing that. And so I think what I'm learning about how I would like my relationships with fans to be, and like the sort of like obligation I feel. And maybe I'm not saying I know any serenaders who are like this, because I don't think any serenader has ever approached me this way of like entitlement. Like I deserve to know this because I buy your merch, I stream your music. I've never encountered anybody like that.
Right.
But part of me feels like, man, like you share so much of yourself with me. Am I sharing enough of myself with you? And if not, what am I willing to share? So, like recently I've been doing stuff on my Instagram story where I put out like polls where I talk about like, how do you guys feel if I did like a coffee meetup, or how did you, and I think you saw it, but like I talked about that. And
I watch your story every day. So
every day,
yeah.
And so like,
and I don't click through that motherfucker either. I just read it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Clap them cheeks. So I also posted about Xbox, and I was willing to share my
terrible system. PlayStation is better. I digress.
So
sup, Sony.
Anyway, I wanted to share my gamer tag and play, have like a play, I don't know, what do you call it? Like a fucking like shooter day.
A play party. A game party.
Yeah, and then people responded and they were like, nah.
That's fire. I've done that a couple times too. Like I would share like my PlayStation tag because it's Music by Brown. And I'm like, yo, if y'all want to get y'all ass busted, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you can't say that to a gay man like that though.
Well, that means something different in straight culture.
Well, okay, but you can't say that you can't come up to a guy, cannot come up to me and be like, yo, you trying to get your busted? I feel like,
I mean, number one, in that context, I wouldn't walk up and be like, hey, Sarey, you want to get your ass busted?
Yes, Daddy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I do that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes, Daddy. Anyway.
This guy. That's fire.
So anyway, yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out. So with you, here's something interesting about you, right? I talk like you now. So you have this thing.
Yeah.
Where there was a hot minute when I first met you, you didn't share shit.
Nope.
And you, such a fucking asshole.
Thank you.
Didn't share shit. He's still an asshole.
I am.
But you didn't share shit. And then, I don't remember exactly when, but that changed. And you started posting photos of your son. Why? What changed? Why did you feel like it was time to open that part up so fans get to know that more intimate part of you?
Well, I feel like I started making a lot more personal and vulnerable music
Okay.
that would allow for me to do that.
Okay.
Number one. Number two, I think it's important. You flicked them off.
No, I meant to. I meant to.
I feel like it's important for people to see like the accomplishments in your life, right? And again, it's like what I feel comfortable giving. Like, you don't see photos of my wife.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You don't see
Yeah.
photos of my family. You know,
Yeah, that's true.
you don't see where I live. You don't see none of that stuff. Cause like that's where I feel like it's getting, crazy when you
Yeah.
do that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
So I think that's what's uh most important. I think it's is my phone ringing right now?
It was.
It was. Well,
Sorry. We'll get back to you.
yeah.
I mean, it'll be months from now, but we'll get back to you.
But
Yeah.
that's a great question. Nobody's ever asked me that question before.
Well, I think it's important.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important because here's the thing, right? Some artists talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of local artists, like, let me just drop an artist name. So there's a local artist here. Her name is Paris Alexa.
Mm-hmm. Her
Great
music's
artist.
fire too.
Great
by the way.
artist.
I love
Shout
her
out
music.
to you, girl.
Yeah.
So she did an interview with another podcast here called The Lunch Table, I think.
Okay.
And I can't believe I remember these things. And she was talking.
You don't remember shit.
I don't.
Yeah.
And well, that's good for her because that means she's doing something right. But
True.
she talked about how like sometimes don't quote me, but she says something about like being a little bit unreachable or being a little bit untouchable. And I think that plays into this conversation because it's like being untouchable in the sense of like, no, like there are things I will not discuss with you.
Absolutely. I think that's important because if you don't have boundaries, your career will, it can still go great, but it might turn out like a Logic, like the rapper, right? Because he gave his fans everything. He shared everything. Like when he went on tour, he would pop up at fans' houses, right? Be like, yo, what's up?
How
Just
the
want to
fuck
show
did he
my
get
love.
their addresses?
I'm sure they would DM him or whatever. Like he has videos of him like showing up at fans' houses, giving them like stuff, paying for their tuition, stuff like that. He gave it all to his fans because they support him, which is super dope.
Can you? What do I have to? Whose dick do I have to suck?
But I digress.
I need a Logic in my life.
Anyways, so then when he got divorced from his first wife,
I remember that.
Everybody wanted to know. What happened? What blah 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 blah. He was like, that's for me. And then some of his fans had like an uproar. It was like, we deserve to know. And it's like, whoa, wait a second. Like, I give you so much already. Now, the one thing I asked to not share with the public, you want to bludgeon me for that? Right. So like when I seen that, I really was like, yo, like that's crazy. So I had to like really think about like, and I feel like one thing that's beautiful about like where we are as artists right now, like us, local artists, major artists, blah, 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 we all learn from each other, right? We learn like what we do and do not want to do. Right. So like if we're out in public, yeah, let's go get some food. You know what I'm saying? Let's go sit down and get some food. If we're already out, you want to roll with us?
That's a public setting.
Yeah, you want to roll with us and go get food after the show? Pull up. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen some very successful artists I know do that, who I've done that with, Hey, if you're not crazy as a motherfucker and like you've shown you're cool, here's my number. Hit me up. Right. But it's like it has to be a certain, like I have to feel a certain level of respect.
Stop.
You know what I'm saying?
Emanuel Brown shares his phone number with his fans?
There's a couple that have my phone number. Absolutely.
I think there's
But they never text me unless I hit them up. I'll be like, hey, like, how are you? How's things
maybe
going?
they're like intimidated. Maybe they don't know the right time.
Maybe not.
So when is the right time then?
Anytime before 10 p.m.
So if you have his number and you're his fan, anytime before 10 p.m. I think only one. No, that's not true.
It is definitely not true.
A couple of my fans have my numbers too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
And I mean, I've introduced maybe one fan to my wife in like
It's giving lottery.
That person, cut it out. Cut it out. You see how he be doing? He be acting like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm fucking J. Cole or something. But anyways.
Well, I mean, who's to say that you wouldn't be as successful?
That's true.
Right?
You're right.
We got to start thinking like that. Bitch.
Absolutely. But I mean, like in that moment when I introduced that person to my wife, they were like, "Oh my God!" Like they were like freaking the fuck out. I'm like, relax.
Have you visited any fans' houses or let any fan come to your house?
No.
Would you be open to that?
Are we talking? Okay, so let's break this down here. Then we got to get to you. Are we talking about people who are fans that just know us just off of music, or are we talking about? Okay, then no. No fan has ever been to my house.
Are you open to that?
No.
Okay. All right.
So, not unless like there's a deep.
So we will not be on
history.
Zillow. Yeah.
No.
We're not going to be on Tax Assessor or Zillow looking. Okay.
Like, because there's instances like where we'll be hanging out and we'll share stuff with our fans, or you'll share stuff with your fans. And like, we'll literally be in the same place, in the same story, and I don't want people to know I'm there.
Well, just another thing. Like, he thinks it's too fucking cool to be in anyone's videos or fat ass. Like, when King and I and Keontae and Mosea when we go out with this, excuse of a man, we literally like take photos or videos and we're like, Emanuel, come get it. And he's like, no. Who the fuck are you?
Okay, number fucking one, guy. Let me explain.
Go fucking explain then.
Tone it down.
No. No.
Damn it. Anyways, the reason I personally... That's what your ass get, you motherfucker. That's what you fucking get.
Ow!
The reason why I like to do that is because, like, if we're out hanging out as friends, right, we should live in the moment. Why does everything have to be on social media?
No.
And I feel like a lot of people live in social media land and not in the real world. When I go to a show, I don't pull my phone out.
True.
When I go out to eat with y'all, I don't pull my phone out. Unless it's my lady calling me, I don't answer my phone. I don't answer no text. I don't do none of that. When we go to the studio together, I don't pull my phone out.
That's not true.
Unless I'm getting content for someone.
Yes, I was going to say that's not true.
Other than that, I'm living in the moment. So I just want to live in the moment. And I feel like a lot of people, sometimes fans don't need to know that I was there. Right? If I'm just there with my homies, why does that always have to? And I feel like a lot of artists, do what you want. As an artist, do what the fuck you want, right? But I'm just saying, like, if I'm chilling with you and we're just hanging and you want to build a rapport or a friendship with me, let's do that offline. Because we always got to be online anyways with everything we're doing.
All for the fame, all for the views, all for the likes and everything that subdues. Okay, but...
Go listen to internet streaming. Go watch the music video.
Right now. Or else you're not a fan.
Not right now.
I mean,
watch this first and then go do that.
So, okay.
But what about you, though? How do you approach the fan-artist relationship? Because you do want to set up coffee meets.
I do. I'm very personal.
You are. You're too personal sometimes to me. That's why you're so fucking interesting, because we're like complete opposite. I want to be as reserved and off camera as possible and only be there when I need to be, and you're always like, fuck it. But anyways, I digress.
Well, this is why I don't agree with you. Here's the thing. I feel like fans love seeing their favorite artists together.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think King, Mosea, Keontae, and I are so adamant about you being in the photo. Because I agree with you that it shouldn't be every time.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think that
this means I have a question. Hold
on.
I know.
Yeah. You're right though. I agree. It shouldn't be every time.
Mm-hmm.
It should not be every time. It should be on occasion. But I think that that could create the opportunity for other things to happen. Right?
Absolutely.
Like, right. I think that the fans, if they see you together, that could create some sort of, well, first of all, that creates a rapport with the fans.
Mm-hmm.
But it also creates fans have great ideas, man.
They sure fucking do.
They do.
I've gotten some great ones.
Yeah.
I got my email address from a fan.
See?
Like literally, I was like, what should my email be? And they're like, why don't you do this? And I was like, I'm doing that. Like, thanks.
And so the point is the point of that is us being in photos together. Like that could conjure up something within the fans. That could reignite something that maybe wasn't there before. Like maybe, for example, like KSC, you know, like people love KSC when we were together, we were doing that and it was great. And then, you know, so when people see us together, right? Like when they see us in photos together, or we perform at shows together, or if you have a show or King has a show and I show up, I'm not a part of it, you know, there's just like, when is KSC gonna come back?
Yeah, for sure.
You know? And it's just one of those things. But what were you gonna ask?
Well, I mean, I agree with you. And I was gonna ask, I mean, there are a lot of times where I don't want to be on camera, but there also are a lot of times I am on camera when you guys do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Correct?
I can't think of one off the top of my head, but I mean, I believe you. I believe you. I
believe you, but I can't recall the last fucking time you showed your fucking face. Well, you have
horrible memory, which is why I can't believe I remember the whole Paris Alexa thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the thing for me is like, yes, I'm very personal. I'm on camera. I fucking do tangents on tangents.
He sure does.
And I think for me, it's just one of those things where I'm like always thinking about. I think that I think music is about connection. And I think that part of connecting people through music is all, you know, and it is also about connecting people through who you are as an artist.
Absolutely.
And so that's why I'm very personal with people and very personal on social media, because I feel like this is like, here's the music, and then here is like how the music was created. This is the inspiration. These are the things that I'm going through right now in my life.
Right. Or you had previously went through, because you're not always walking.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like it's, for me, personally, I feel like it's important for fans to know that context.
Yeah.
Because, you know, fans, it's always great to share the stories. It's really the stories that make the music interesting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm with you on that. Like, I definitely think, like, I'm always open to conversations about the music, getting to know people, right? But like you said, there's just some things that are off limits for me. Like, you're not going to share your husband. I'm not going to share my wife. I share my kid in, you know, scarcity. Yeah. Right? Because, like, I mean, I'm proud of my son. I love being a father.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? But, like, you don't need to see my kid every fucking day.
All the time. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
You don't need to know where I live. You don't need to know any of that type of shit, right? So, like, there are, like, I'm all for, like, and I mean, let's be clear. We've gone out and you know, supported some of our fans' ventures, right?
We have.
You know, we show up for them just like they show up for us, because that's how you build that community. You build that rapport. You deepen that connection. And because we actually like these people.
Oh, yeah,
right?
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you there's, like, certain fans I'm going to show up for shit for them because I'm fucking not for some of them. But some I will.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, because, you know, you have to, let's put it like this, right? There's levels to fans, right? Just like there are levels that fans support artists. Right? You might be a casual listener, which is great. Like, thank you for pressing play.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting, right? You may never come back. Then there might be the one who tells a friend about you and buys some merch and comes to a show. I appreciate you too, right? And then you got the ones who are like, man, I'm screaming. Shout out to, I don't want to say their name because then I don't want any other fan to feel like they're not giving that love. So I was about to say their name, but I'm not now. But
let's keep it.
We're gonna keep it tucked. But let's say you have fans who scream your name out of cars to other people while they're walking by and telling them to check out your music.
That's a street team right there.
Yeah, a street team, and then they come back and stop. They walk back like, "What did you say to me?" And they're like, "Oh, you need to check out this artist right now. Pull out your phone." You know what I'm saying? Like, That's crazy.
We need all of them, though.
We do need all of them,
We
because even if you're at the casual fan, you can still become a diehard.
Yeah.
And then just because you're a diehard doesn't always mean you'll stay a diehard either.
Everyone plays an important part.
Absolutely.
And I think more so it's like it gets deeper over time, and that's what we're getting at. Yeah. And so I would say the artist to fan relationship is something that I approach with a lot of caution.
Absolutely.
But also with a lot of compassion. Mm-hmm. But also wanting the fans to understand, like, I definitely feel like I share a lot already.
I have something after you're done. Continue, please.
Oh yeah, I share a lot already, and I love y'all, and I don't want you to feel like because I'm gatekeeping certain information about certain aspects of my life that it means that I don't care or I don't want to. Yeah. Like or you like you're not valued. Yeah. A certain, like I want everyone to feel I want everyone to feel like they're so important.
Absolutely. I mean, for you to even like hit the follow button, to hit the like button, to leave a comment that we all reply to. Yeah. Because that's how much we care and we appreciate what you do. Yeah. That's a thing right there that I think artists should get out of your fucking ego. Right. If you put out a video and you got people who literally took the time out of their day to literally take 30 seconds to drop fire emojis. Or even just say, yo, this is fire, or this is garbage. Across all your social media. Especially if you're a smaller artist. Yeah, you need to reply to every single fucking thing. Because, like, if you don't, are you really showing them that you appreciate them? Yeah, and that you see them. And that you see them, right? And make them feel heard. Right, exactly, because we want to feel heard. Right. Yes. We want to feel love. So why wouldn't we give that love back? Thank you. Right. And I think a lot of people sometimes forget, like, just because like you may not have my phone number or know all the intricacies of my life doesn't mean I don't appreciate you. Right. I do appreciate you because you didn't have to stop. Right. You didn't have to stop scrolling on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever. Yeah. Exactly. You didn't have to give me your email. You didn't have to give me your phone number to send you stuff. You didn't have to pre-save my songs, anything of that. Right. So I think that's important too, on the flip side, for artists to realize that, you got to give the love back to the people who are showing you love, because nothing moves without the fans. Right. And if there isn't an artist that's replying to your comments or making you feel seen, come to our side, because we will. Absolutely. We'll take better care of you. If they won't take care of you, I sure fucking will. Right. I've sent free merch across the goddamn world to people. Okay, let's not go there. I'm not saying you got to do that shit. I'm saying I did that shit, because sometimes this is how I feel, right? And this is where, I guess we can sort of end it after this if you want to. Yeah. We talk about how much we want fans to appreciate us. We want people to appreciate us. But how often do we go out of our way to show appreciation to the people? Yeah. Right. And I'm not saying you got to do it every time. True. Some people may be broke as hell, man, and they want to just support you, even if they only got $10. You know what I'm saying? Like, just take the shirt. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Here, let me just send you a shirt. Just take it. Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that might be something that lifts their whole day up. I mean, I'm sure you've had fans come to you. You talk about mental health. You probably heard them talk about some crazy shit to you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I have fans come out to me at shows. Mm-hmm. I have artists who come out to me at shows. That's the highest form of respect. Yeah, absolutely. It is, because they feel safe. Mm-hmm. They feel like they can be themselves. Absolutely. We want everyone to feel like when they come to our show, they can be themselves. We want people to feel that. Whether or not you are straight, whether queer, transgender, however you identify, we want everyone to feel like there's a place for you in this community. In the community that we create at our shows, I like to think are very inclusive. Yeah. And very accepting and non-judgmental. Absolutely. I think everyone goes there and they all have a similar commonalities. Yeah. And in addition to liking
liking our music, it's also about having fun, meeting other people who share that same love.
Absolutely.
So that being said, artist and friend relationships, it's sometimes it's just hard to define. I guess
Absolutely.
is what we're trying to get at. And like you said, there's levels to it.
Yep. And every artist is different and every fan is different.
Exactly.
No one is the same.
No.
And just because people don't support you publicly doesn't mean they don't support you.
Yes, that's great. That's actually a great thing because I struggle with that. Sometimes I'm just like, okay. But I think like you said before though, it's really about the impact.
Yeah.
And sometimes the impact is bigger when it's not said online.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, other than that though, like I know I can speak for the both of us when I say this, but like, we want fans to feel like there is a community for them at our shows.
Absolutely.
When they're watching our music videos or interacting with us on social media, we want them to feel like there's a place for them. And so we love all of you. We appreciate everybody, no matter the amount of effort that you've shown. I think that we have the respect that we have is no different. We have the same respect for everyone, regardless of how involved you are. And we just appreciate all of you for, being supportive and being there for us. And we also hope that this provides some clarity on why we're uncomfortable sharing certain things.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And so I just hope that you walk away knowing that just because we don't share certain things doesn't mean that you are not cared for.
Yep.
Or
not important.
Yeah, or not important. And you never know. It could go down that road, But I think that, like you said, it comes with trust. It comes with deepening that relationship.
On both sides.
On both sides.
Yep.
And so that being said, I think we can end it here and just say thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in and watching once again another episode. Love y'all so much. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video with anybody who you think would find these insights valuable.
Tell us if we're fucking up or if we're doing great in the comments.
Right. And also, if you have any questions, once again, make sure you leave them. We'll try our best to answer them. If we don't have the answer,
we will answer them.
Yes, we will answer them. And if we don't have the answer, we will find someone who knows the answer.
Absolutely.
And that being said, do not forget, we drop episodes every other Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So we will see you in 2 weeks.
Let's hold it. Hold it. I'm looking at you, but hold it. And we're done.
Like this.